We've been counting down the days until the first turbo 5-second run. There's the legend Billy Vose. He said pre-race he's gonna do it. Let's keep an eye on him. Billy Vose and crew looking to make history. It's the world's most insane, wickedly fast turbocharged motorcycles versus a heavily glued racetrack. And by the end of this video, we're gonna see somebody's giant drag slick come apart. Billy Vose with his lovely daughter, he was the first to put a nitrous pro mod in the 6-second zone, looking to make history here. So is Mark Rendeluk. The race to the 5-second zone is on. Nobody's been quicker with a Hayabusa motor though than Mark Rendeluk, the fearsome skeleton. You guys have all seen him. He's famous on Cycle Drag YouTube. You love him, you love his bike, you love his leathers. He's looking to make a little history. Only one can be first to the 5-second zone, but here's the thing, race fans. We're dealing with a very tricky racetrack, one that may be a little bit overglued and is ripping tires apart, but we got some very smart men on it, adjusting these bikes to accommodate for it.
Go ahead, Mark. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. But I'm gonna sit right here and make this fast. Huh? Yeah, but will somebody say yes or no? Somebody's got to say yes or no. They're not.
I know, but once they say yes or no, we can go back.
Okay, well let them go. Let them go.
A little bit of confusion there. I think Richard Gadson thought he was going to get another pass. Looks like we're jumping in the right away here outside of the This will be an epic matchup between two great racers. Rendeluk's been 630 with an O on that Hayabusa. Oh, another wild one. Billy Vose back on the wheelie bar once, twice. Rendeluk through the traps. Rendeluk goes 672. Vose over 200 miles an hour and a big puff of smoke. We knew this would be another wild run. Let's take a look, guys. Rendeluk with a picture-perfect launch right down the groove. But here's where I want you to pay close attention to these high-performance 700 horsepower beasts. Look at this machine come back on the wheelie bar on Billy Vose. Back on the wheelie bar once again. Billy still goes through the traps at well over 200 miles an hour. Rendeluk runs a 672. But afterwards, you got to wonder, did Billy Vose maybe have a tire come apart on the D-cell? That's when a lot of them are encountering problems. Look at all the smoke. Guys, I got to be honest with you. These turbo bikes are making me a little bit nervous. As you can tell, they're having problems again. I think it's the over prep, and the reason I say over prep, this is a great prep for drag radials, for street tires. Those slicks are walking around a little bit. There's a lot of glue there. Great job of riding by Mark Rendeluk. There's the Showboat, Shame Eperjesi. I think they're going to opt to take a single for safety. Looks like it'll be a solo shot for the legend, Rob Giard, former funny bike champion way back in the day. This is an old school turbo bike. .738, no help for Rob, but you know what's cool about these funny bikes? Did you hear that tire grip? They're so quiet. You can hear that massive drag slip grip the racetrack. Pretty cool. Let's see if Eperjesi and Richard Gadson get to make a hit here. Gadson still carry over from Pro Mod. They may be able to fit him in. All right, it's time for the Showboat. Shane Eperjesi out of Grothus Drag Bikes. So many shops involved in this race to the first Turbo 5, and Grothus Drag Bikes is certainly right in that mix. Shane's a very talented racer, came from the pro mod world like so many others who now compete with a turbocharger. Let's see what the Showboat can do. Oh, Shane was on a pass, has to shut it off. Let's see if we can listen in and figure out what happened. Heard somebody say the air shifter line's not hooked up. I'm not sure if that's the official response, but we'll see. Looks like Richard Gadson is going to make that passable bonus coverage for you here on the Cooper Performance Pro Modified. And yes, this is the same Richard Gadson you know from No Bar Racing. He's one of the most talented riders in the world, also competes in Pro Mod. Now, the Pro Mods are not having this tire problem. They only compete to the 8th mile mark, though. That makes a big difference. Nice, clean, straight run for this nitrous oxide huffing machine. 4:06 for Richard in the 8th. Nice lap for him. Oh, and I see the fast Canadian Terry Schweigert in the lanes, and that's amazing because I want to flash you back to the first run of the weekend for Terry. He has had a tumultuous, volatile time. Thank goodness he is okay, and to be honest with you, I'm surprised he's got his leathers on to make a hit. Let's take you back to pre-race testing. This is on the world's fastest turbo bike. This machine has been 6:19 in the past, and it wasn't a flawless run. There goes Terry. A nice clean run to the 8th mile mark, and this is when disaster strikes. You can see the tire come apart. It takes out a body. Luckily, Terry able to keep it on 2 wheels. Take a close look, guys. I want you to zoom in. Keep in mind he's going about 200 miles an hour right now when a tire fails, chunks, causes the bike to go wayward. A big puff of smoke. And look at the result. This is what it did to a body, and here's what it did to a tire. And that's not all. Later, Terry Schweigert was driven up against the wall and had to choose, rip the skin off his pinky or stay full throttle. Luckily, the experienced rider was able to stay calm and get out of trouble. His pinky did pay the price, but he's back to fight another day. And you guys aren't going to believe this. Despite all this damage, Terry Schweigert is back in the lanes. They think they have it figured out. They changed tires, and these bikes are going through a lot of tires this weekend, that's for sure. But let's catch up with the talented milkman. Terry, I was really happy to see a clean pass. You think the Goodyear has fixed this problem?
We chunked that too.
Really?
No, we chunked that. We're back to Mickey.
My goodness. Dan, do we got a serious issue here with these tires?
With this track prep, we've been to 9 different tracks in 4 different states. We haven't chunked the tire all year. Now we've chunked the tire every run with every one of our bikes.
Have you run quarter mile at all those facilities?
Yes.
You have?
We went 620 at 222 mile an hour in Ohio with both of our bikes. Didn't chunk any tires and ran those tires an additional race out in Oklahoma in the quarter mile afterwards. Didn't chunk anything. So what we have right now is a over prep right now. We need to do, I'm not asking to make the track for me. You know, we're racing what track we have. We're putting different tires on, different manufacturer tires. We're tearing them up exactly the same way, making real smooth runs. You know, all I've done is turn it down this weekend to try making safe runs. Trying to get a 5-second run is going to be impossible in these conditions.
So Kevin, this is your motorcycle. Are you a little glad you're watching as a spectator here this weekend? This is a little crazy, isn't it?
Well, Terry's a good friend, and I'd like to help him out. And
Sure is.
That's what we're all doing. We're a team.
It doesn't look like it's much fun what's happening to these tires, though, is it?
Yeah, it's track conditions, definitely. It's costing us thousands of dollars and injuries also. It's an outrage. I think it should be corrected somehow so we can perform our sports like we should.
Yeah, we chunked out the Goodyear. I think it had to do with the tire folding again.
Terry, you are fearless. So
No, I'm not.
are you going to pin it? Or are you going to be extra cautious if you?
No, we're going to pin it. We're going to do a good burnout, and we're going to pin it and see what we do.
Do you have a plan B? Is there something you're going to be paying extra attention to, or is it just business as usual here?
Well, business as usual. I got to do a good burnout because it's a new tire, and no, I've been doing a few laps, so I'm ready. I'm focused, and if it goes a little crazy, just get off the throttle.
Be safe, Terry.
Thank you.
Yes, be safe indeed, but clearly this class has a tire problem. Comment below if you have any ideas as to what you think is happening. And let's get you right to top fuel. Sam Wills near lane. Mitch Brown far lane. Obviously Mitch Brown the right lane. Sam Wills on a pass. Great run there. Sam Wills goes 6:28.210. And guys, how fearless is Terry Schweigert? I can tell you right now, I would never do this. Never. Not after what he's been through this weekend. Still has the bandage on his finger. He's absolutely fearless. Let's cross our fingers, say our prayers for a nice, safe lap for Terry. Steely resolve for that man. Can you imagine the mindset right now? 2 near accidents, and he's hoping and praying his team has a handle on this tire issue. And here's the yellow bullet of Dave Vantine. A big John Force style burnout for the fast Canadian to break in that tire, and it looks like Dan the man wants to take an air pressure reading on that Mickey. Dan, an accomplished builder, making sure all of his I's are dotted as he continues to collect data. It's also interesting to note, guys, this is the first Man Cup race where turbos are allowed to enter top fuel. They've wanted in for years. It was a controversial decision. It was nixed at one point a few years ago, but midway through the season, Man Cup decided to let the turbos in. Now you got to wonder, with this tire issue, does this present a danger to the opponent in the other lane? Turbo versus nitro, here we go. Full shot swipe. Oh, Vantine pitches a belt. Straight so far for Terry, but no, Terry crosses over into the right lane. A big puff of smoke. No, please, not another tire failure. Terry doing his best to get that thing stopped. Oh no, presumptively a tire failure. And for the 3rd time this weekend, Terry with a dangerous situation and a tire failure on top end. Let's take another look at this harrowing pass. Side by side they go. Vantine pitches a belt off his machine. Thank goodness he wasn't fully under power, because as you can see right after the finish line, Terry forced into the right lane. A body explodes, and there's the big puff of smoke once again. Wow, we always got to hold our breath. They said both motorcycles off the track at the top end, thank goodness. Man, for Schweigert, 632, 196. That man is absolutely 100% fearless. Maybe a little crazy, but definitely fearless. And look at those brand new innovative wheelie bars. We now turn our attention to the world's quickest and fastest motorcycle of 20-time champion, undisputed legend, Larry the Spiderman McBride. Tommy, did you ever think you'd be a top fueler?
No.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Good luck to you.
That's where the name Spiderman came from. That was when the legend of Spiderman.
The Spiderman has not had any dangerous situations with tires, but keep in mind, his motorcycle is 1,200 pounds, nearly double the weight of Schweigert's. And trust me, that adjustment you just saw right there is for good reason. 1,500 horsepower of nitromethane burning supercharged exhilaration is about to come to life. Thanks so much for joining us here on Cycle Drag. If you love motorcycles like we do, this is your spot. We got the all clear signal, and McBride, the 41-year veteran, is ready to bring this beast to life. It's a special sound. Enjoy. Nice straight run for the Spiderman. Larry McBride, 570, 260 miles an hour. Take a second look, ladies and gentlemen. Clean and straight, and that's what they want to see out of this new design. What a run, 260.
There it is, Stevie. That's what I was looking for, baby.
Roland Stewart making sure Larry stopped after that fast run, and we are hearing Larry did stop okay. And Steve loves it. He lives for this.
One man.
Congratulations, Team Trimtex, Team McBride. Let's take one more look at that stellar launch. 1,500 horsepower between his legs. Look out.
How about it, guys? 570, 260, a step in the right direction for these guys. That's huge. You know, Larry McBride told me, he said that we were actually a little concerned. Maybe we went the wrong way. Maybe we did something wrong. 570, 260, that's got to get this team very optimistic, and it has to have you thinking, what's next? We've got so much more coming from South Georgia Motorsports Park, guys. We are just getting started. If you like that video, here's another one for you. Stay with us, subscribe, share,